In the north of the Venezuelan capital, the coffee harvest season is coming to an end. Our colleague Shad Duffel went to meet small farmers who carried out their first production after 2 years of work with ecological techniques.
El Parque Nacional Guaraíra-Repano, situado en la cordillera.
The Guaraíra-Repano, or Avila National Park, located in the coastal mountain range, is a green lung bordering the city of Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. There, 2 years ago, the farmers of the Laderas estate began to plant coffee, finding in the height of the mountains and in the shade of the forest the ideal conditions for the production of the plant. However, it was a bigger challenge than it seemed, given that part of the land had been deforested by previous owners.
The forest is better because of the humidity and shade. We are recovering trees, planting them all over to get good shade. You know that the best coffee, supposedly, is in the shade.
The soil, impoverished by decades of chemical use, also had to be recovered with organic fertilizers and environmentally friendly techniques.
We are trying to create a new topsoil with chicken manure, horse manure, all totally organic, from here, from the area. It is all handcrafted, organic and handmade.
According to agroforestry principles, the sustainable balance lies in crop diversity, which also brings advantages for the producer.
Integrating the coffee element into an ecosystem without breaking the ecosystem. Shade production, a productive shade. That the producer can benefit from the shade, in addition to the benefit for the coffee. The shade could have some added value, like planting avocado and soursop trees. In other words, to integrate a whole positive project around regenerative agriculture.
This February, the first coffee beans were harvested from the farm, but there are still some steps to be taken before they reach the consumer. The artisanal process requires care and a lot of patience.
It is quite a long process. Harvesting it, fermenting it, drying it in the sun, it takes a long time. Then we take it to roast it, so that it reaches the public, the cup.
The expectations are good because, in spite of some points that were missed, I believe that the coffee was harvested at its optimum moment. We did a process to improve, to modulate the flavors, in terms of fermentation. We already have a small batch that was threshed a few hours ago. The first visual of the coffee is spectacular, so I think it promises to be pretty good.
In the past, Venezuela was one of the world's main producers and exporters of coffee, but production dropped during the second half of the 20th century due to the predominance of oil. Today, the new expansion of coffee in the country in the framework of economic diversification is an opportunity to rethink the means of production, as was done in the Laderas. In this sense, Venezuelan coffee, on top of meeting internal demand, has a great potential to compete in the world market, as a growing demand requires constant upgrade in production quality.
Shad Duffel, desde Caracas para teleSUR.